Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about final signature or chart signature in Sagittarius. Now, as many of you may know, some of you may not, that a chart signature is determined by taking what you have the majority of in terms of element in your horoscope and the majority of what you have in quality. So if somebody has the majority of their influences in, say, in fire, and then they have the majority of their quality in mutable signs, that would equate to a Sagittarius final or chart signature. Now, the chart signature, I see it as fairly important in natal horoscope. I don't think it overrides or supersedes the sun, moon, or ascendant, because I think those are very important proponents in one's horoscope. But what it does is it can give a little flavoring, a nuance to the chart, and it's kind of like that general tone of the horoscope. So as far as somebody having Sagittarius as their chart signature, it can give somebody, people that have this may feel a need to be perhaps outdoors, often adventurous, expansive, optimistic. If somebody has this in their chart, there can be a feeling where, kind of like you could say, a sense of lack, that even if somebody had a number of their influences, and when I talk about the influences, I'm referring to the 10 planets, the MC, and the ascendant. Now, if somebody even had a number of their influences in Sagittarius, say they had even the sun, they had the sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius, and they had a Sagittarius chart signature, even though these attributes may be strongly emphasized already in their chart, there may be a sense of lack, and these people may feel that they need to be, might be looking to be more philosophical, more expansive, upbeat, optimistic, going outdoors more, doing things more in connection with higher learning, college courses, become more learned in various subjects, schooling, just there's going to be a need to, they feel that they need to improve these qualities. So if somebody were to have, let's say they had a Sagittarius chart signature, and let's say there are cases where somebody could have a Sagittarius chart or final signature but have no planets, the MC or ascendant in Sagittarius, this could give somebody some Sagittarius qualities and attributes that they, if they weren't cognizant of the chart signature, they could become aware of this, and they have a little nuance of Sagittarius in their chart they did not know that they may even had before. So, and it is possible to have a Sagittarius chart signature without having anything major in Sagittarius. You could have for example, you could have the majority of your elements in fire, and let's say you had like seven planets, and including the ascendant or midheaven in Aries or Leo, and then let's say you had, as far as the mutable quality, you had the majority of these influences in mutable signs, but not Sagittarius, and perhaps a number of them in Gemini, Virgo, or in Pisces. That would still equate to a Sagittarius final or chart signature, because you'd have the majority in of your planets and of your influences, your influences in fire, and then the majority in mutable, and it would still equate to a Sagittarius chart signature. Now, if somebody were to have the sun, moon, or ascendant, or more than one of those in Sagittarius, and they had the Sagittarius chart signature, well, what this could do is this could reinforce and strongly accentuate those Sagittarius characteristics, and it could give even a more of a Sagittarius type influence to the person's chart. So that is something that when we look at a chart signature, that has to be looked at in that way. And chart signatures, as I stated before, they're not, I don't see them as taking over or dominating the horoscope. They are a fairly strong part of the horoscope or component of the chart, but I don't believe it's stronger than the sun, moon, or ascendant. And if somebody has at least one of those things, sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius, then what it could do is it can give an added Sagittarius influence and give more and have the qualities of Sagittarius be even more emphasized in that person's chart. So this is somebody that has a Sagittarius chart signature. It can kind of come off in a subtle way, especially if they don't have anything really strong in Sagittarius in their chart. And it could be somebody that that might just like to kind of be outdoors a little bit more so than perhaps otherwise indicated in their horoscope. Somebody that likes to talk with others regarding their philosophies, and perhaps they might even have a little bit of the philosopher or even the teacher in them. And this person may like to show people how to do certain things and perhaps be a good instructor. So this is something to look at. And also, person might even be a little bit more religious perhaps than otherwise indicated in their chart. So that's another thing that's connected with this because of the correspondence with Jupiter in the 9th house. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the chart or final signature in Sagittarius in the natal horoscope. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the final or chart signature in Capricorn in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.